asking for you to continue to be optimistic here, but overcoming the stress or the anxiety or the fear of something being released, or sort of gossip coming out, or some sort of secrets coming out. It's almost like this is the reason why masculine energies are going to start detaching. They did something, or they need to negotiate something, all right, before shit hits the fan. Is kind of what it feels like, all right. The only person I see moving forward positively is the Eight of Wands in connection to the main male. Let's clarify a little bit more of this Hangman energy here. All right, so this is going to be a situation from the past. Why were you so detached from this energy? Coming through with the King of Pentacles. All right, that could be a Taurus, a Virgo, and or Capricorn masculine energy. All right, maybe it has to do with someone that felt that I have the resources, I have the abundance, I have the prosperity here, so you have to do what I say. All right, there's a major concern of having to detach from that type of energy, or some sort of restriction or structure being brought around that. How are you going to persevere to continue to be the King of Pentacles, right? Yeah, like what are you going to continue to invest in here? Here we have the King of Cups. So this is heavy on the masculine energy for this Saturn pool. All right, heavy on the masculine energy. So masculines could overall be feeling the drift here, being that it's in Aries. All right, Aries is a masculine sign. It's ruled by Mars. So it requires that assertiveness that's necessary. I want to take a look at this Knight of Wands and the mature man. Looks like the mature man ends up getting what they want, to be honest. If it has a lot to do with flattery and they took a leap of faith in going in that direction, all right, if there was specific courtship with two different people, it looks like they're going to go for the one that they feel the most passion for. I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune to the Chariot. They're going to have success there, all right. They're going to end up withdrawing from the one person that they no longer want to be with and courting the other one. Let's just be clear, all right. Let's see what's happening here. With the Coffin card, it looks like that's where the negotiation takes place once there's some sort of rest or rejuvenation or whatever that may be. The Knight of Swords here, it looks like that's where the assertiveness starts. All right, and that's going to be the person that wants something long term. All right, wanting something long term. I guess creating some sort of strategy after the ending happens, because I'm seeing the Death card there, and then heading towards like King of Wands energy. So we've seen the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and now the King of Wands. All right, so it looks like in different areas there could be many different specific energies for, let's just say, the main male, or for wealthy men, or for mature men. All right, or situations in the past that require someone to be seen as, I'm the protector, I'm the provider, I'm the boss, right? There will be a need to detach from that type of entitlement, because it's going to be heading back into the energy of a subconscious state of, you know, having to understand to be a little bit more compassionate and vulnerable with others. Again, heading into Pisces energy. All right. Now I want to check in on this main male's energy and how this is more so going to be assertive. Okay, so that's going to be towards work. So the main male, I would imagine, out of all masculines, could be the one that has the most energy. Let's just say it like that, right? Because it's coming out as the Eight of Wands being like a Mercury and Sag energy. Has a lot to do with, it could be just acceleration in this person's physical energy in the workplace. Okay, let's see what happens. The way that the main male deals with some sort of grievance is a way to continue to push forward and progress, rather than sulking in sorrow or dealing with the mental anguish of a specific situation and remaining isolated. No, it would be like, what are we going to do to take action? Okay. Yeah, and that's going to be them heading directly towards their Empress, which this is the very first feminine energy I see overall coming out. I don't even have the Emperor out here. Would be seen as the overall person being the one to step up and take and do what it is that it needs to be invested in here. All right, so it looks like the main male wins overall with the Saturn in retrograde in Aries, and how they're going to remain assertive, pushing forward. Even if something ends, it's almost like the main male knows that something's required to keep pushing through and making some sort of success out of whatever it may be that they're dealing with. Let's get into this Neptunian retrograde energy. Welcome in, you guys. Neptunian retrograde energy. I feel like this has a lot to do with love. Yes. Love, companionship, those that have spiritual contracts, that type of thing. All right, especially with Venus being now in the sign of Cancer, it has a lot to do with, I see a lot of Venus out here. All right, this could be whether you're tapping into your emotional state, tapping into your love energy, or tapping into some sort of wisdom or knowledge about something that you feel companionship with, whether that's spirituality, your lover, whatever that may be. All right, I got Libra out here heavy, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Cancer. So something seems to be negotiated here in connection to something that you feel has been a sense of flirtation around you. All right, whether this is a spiritual connection, whether you feel flattered by somebody, whether you just want someone's companionship around, or you feel the birth of something new that you're creating. What is this energy here? It looks like fantastic results come through. All right, there could be a lot of great moments that take place overall. I'm seeing like the lovebirds. Okay, so there could be a lot of love in the energy overall, depending on where your Neptune Aries placement is. Others may be feeling limited and having a boundary to wanting to speed things up. Retrogrades mean that there is a review there. So things tend to typically slow down. All right, in connection to one's desires or whatever the wish fulfillment would be. Now, for those that feel flattered by a passion or a hobby or some sort of interest, all right, let's see where that's heading. They're going to want to defend and or protect that because it's guaranteed part of their path or part of a specific. You know how they say that dogs are most loyal? They're like the healthiest companion that you can have. That's what I see here. All right, especially if you're creating something new. If it has a lot to do with children as well, like birthing children, I see some sort of balance needing to take place there. All right. So this is where you're going to remain the most courageous. It's to head in the direction of creating something new. All right. There could be a lot of speculation around that. I'm not sure why that is. Right behind this gossip card, I see there could be a turning point that takes place. Whether this is someone creating some sort of rumor or speculation or slander in connection to what it is that you're birthing new, whether you are pregnant with a child, whether it has some sort of involvement with things speeding up around you, or you having connection to a specific hobby or passion, all right, and you trying to defend that specific companionship, the negotiation ends up working out in your favor as long as you slow things down. That's what I feel this is. Let's take a look here. So I'm feeling like lots of like lovebird energy. You could be flirting with the idea of finding someone new, someone that's of a different culture, or negotiating the energy of your emotional and your physical states and how it ends up working around with this person. If it's something that you're creating or something that you're flattering other people about in connection to communication, if that's what you do as a hobby, that's what you're going to want to defend and protect and be brave more so, because it feels like you have a brilliant idea that you want to birth new. So what's going to be negotiated is going to be a situation from the past, someone that you have old memories with or a connection emotionally to. It could be with children. It could be in the energy of love. All right. Let's see what this is. It could be with a mother figure overall. Or this is, again, I feel like having you tap more so into your compassionate side, your vulnerable side, the loving side, the nurturing side, the comforting side of yourself. Or how you make that energy feel towards others. There's something about mothers and children here. So it's giving me more so of like this Ceres. All right, that's going to go retrograde soon as well. Has a lot to do with like parenting. Now, if you are flattering people with what you're communicating about, that's going to be a hit. I feel like a lot of people are going to be interested in whatever it is that you put out there. I see the Chariot being here. All right, and again, heavy on the feminine energy. I see the Empress, which is heavy Venus, right? We're speaking about Taurus and Libra, anything that you create, anything that makes you feel, you know, a sense of value with, all right? It could be materialistically, it could be spiritually. But I definitely see it hitting it off with like luxurious things in your energy, but it has a lot to do with how you express yourself in your hobby. Maybe you're getting a little bit more creative. I'm hearing like jewels and glitter, and I don't know if you're doing something artistic, but that could be it as well. This is something that you're going to want to defend and or protect. The Star card. I'm telling you, I'm feeling like I see glitter. Like I see glitter. All right. I don't know why that is, but it just like beautifying something that you have a heavy connection to. I would say intimately. I don't want to say romantically. Intimately just means that you have an emotional connection to it. All right. Like it feels a sense of companionship that you want to have a fantastic result with. It's something from the past though. All right, so maybe you're sparking up some sort of new idea or making something look a lot better. If it's your love life, then it would be like, you know, you guys dressing together or matching clothes or something. I don't know. Maybe you get your hair cut and beautify something. It just feels like that. All right. Now, what comes in unexpectedly is a tower in connection to a birth. So there could be a lot of people that are pregnant that don't know about it. Okay. All right, having the bravery to go through with something unexpected connected to a birth. Literally birth, like you being the mother of a child, that type of thing. All right. I don't know if that's what you've been separated from for so long. All right. And it looks like as long as you remain committed to some sort of principles here, it could be towards your spirituality, then it looks like you move forward with that commitment or that marriage if you are committed in marriage. Maybe there is something that's being destructed around you in connection to spiritual beliefs. All right. Maybe the person that you choose to partner with or the hobby or the interest that you have isn't in alignment with something that you don't see coming. So in order for spirit to protect one person, it would be like courageous enough to walk away from a situation and where you can create something better. All right, let's just look at it that way. Yeah, it would be like you would have to make a decision on this. Face your fear with something. So you're going to be drawn to head in that direction. And if you don't choose right, that's when you're going to start dealing with some sort of like conflict or feeling challenges in a way where you feel some sort of competitiveness around you so that you can be pushed to have some sort of brand new beginning. All right. So if you're courageous enough to end a specific situation that kind of feels completely conflicted or continues to challenge you in what it is that you're trying to create here, all right, I see that you and this person's energy are not going to be hand in hand. I'm seeing a King of Cups and a Queen of Wands here overall. All right, so something, I don't know, 50-50. That's what it's giving me, 50-50. And that would be the most victorious thing to do. All right. Well, that is the Neptune retrograde energy. Let's tap into Pluto and Aquarius in retrograde and where something around you is being transformed. Let's see what this is. All right. Pluto in retrograde. I'll have to timestamp these so they will be available. And unfortunately, Saturn is halfway through the very beginning of this reading, which was cut off. But we persevere around here, right? Let's see what's going on. Chosen Divine, welcome in. So Pluto is transforming something in your life with someone that you have to mend with. All right. It's almost like you need to build some sort of solid foundation with whatever this is. It's calling for action right now with the yang. Something has to be transformed around you. There's a change in the wind. You may not know which way you're going with something just yet, but that's what's required. It's like you have to take a leap of faith with come to the edge here. And you may not know why, or you may be questioning why this is happening. It's because Pluto's meant to transform something for you so that you be in alignment for something in the near future. You're possibly right now in the here and now. Okay, you're not focusing more so on that, but what you don't see is that Pluto takes about 20 years in one sign to transform something long term. So you may not know why something is happening right now or why you're meant to mend it with someone else so that you can take a leap of faith and make a specific change, and where you're meant to direct that specific energy in that direction. All right, so you could be building some sort of strong foundation at this time with the building blocks. Take a look at this energy. Pluto typically comes in and it's like the tower energy. It will destruct in order to rebuild. And that's what I see you right now. You're possibly sitting at your best on whatever you have achieved so far with this building blocks card, but you may not know why you're heading in that direction and why you're being called back to mend it with someone else, in which you need to just hurry up and take a leap of faith. Maybe it has to do something with love. All right, because maybe this person is supposed to be on this journey with you long term. And if there's a change in the wind in connection to who you feel passionate about or what your desires are in connection to hobbies, it will change everything. All right, so let's take a look at the yang energy. There might be opportunities that are presented right now, doors that are opening up that won't be open for long, and where you need to take action right now. It's basically saying you need to take action on situations that feel that you're still dealing with heartbreak or sorrow from, some sort of loss or separation from something. If you end up mending with that person, everything changes. Show me who it is that you're meant to mend with. Someone that you feel controls you. Okay. Show me the building blocks. What are you working on currently right now that may be making a change once this Pluto retrograde phase goes direct in the sign of Aquarius? With the King of Wands, it looks more so like you're meant to be seen as some sort of leader overall. Maybe it has something to do with the wisdom and the knowledge that you have and how you're supposed to be teaching others. All right. So something changes in the when you've experienced some sort of heartbreak and you don't know why. All right. It's because you're meant to immediately felt dizzy right there. I don't know what that meant. There could be a lot of conflict right now that's making you feel like out of the loop with something. All right. And why there's a major change in the wind and why you continue to deal with some sort of conflict in your energy, whether that feels physically draining. All right. But it's meant to lead you in a new direction with coming to the edge. Where are you headed here? Temperance. There's a heavy Sagittarian energy here overall. I'm trying to think of the next transit that takes place that's going to be in the sign of Sagittarius. I believe Mercury is retrograding right now in the sign of Leo. We will see another Mercury retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius by the end of the year. So if there has to be something in review with you communicating to somebody that you feel is trying to control you, all right, with the moon being in Sagittarius right now, it just consistently is coming through as you needing to remain optimistic about whatever it is. It could be about work, or again, you being some sort of leader or teacher or a public speaker, something like that, and why you have to reconnect or mend it with someone here that has caused you heartbreak. It's almost like you don't know why this person's important in your energy. This is the person you're supposed to marry. It's crazy. This is what I'm saying. It has to affect something long term for you. There's some sort of contract that you're supposed to fulfill with that specific person that you have to build, some sort of foundation with. And if the time is clicking and you're off path with your journey, spirit will make a tower happen or some sort of change in the wind where again you consistently deal with heartbreak, loss, separation, more conflict, challenges, and competition until you're done. All right, until you finally give up and say, well, I got to throw my hands in. I can't control something that I have no control over. So here and now, there's an opportunity opening up for you. What is this? Whew. You have to detach from whatever your passion is, because this is your leap of faith for you to step in with the temperance energy. The Fool card is here and the temperance fell out right over come to the edge. It's the same damn energy. Here and now is your time to take a leap of faith and do something that's going to help you overcome whatever the change in the wind and where it's calling you to take action to overcome that heartbreak. All right, so whoever it is that's trying to control you here is the same person that you need to mend it with. Even if you don't want to, it's because you're supposed to be married or contracted to that person. Because it's part of your foundation. It's part of what you're supposed to be building here. Show me the King of Wands. Okay. Ace of Swords. You know this and they know this as well. It's been clarified I don't know how many times. I feel it in the energy. It's almost like you and this person have some sort of telepathic communication where only you guys understand each other. You have specific wisdom. You have specific knowledge that this person needs, or rather you need theirs. All right? It's somebody from their past. That's the person you're supposed to mend it with. Or this is the person that you're supposed to be married to as an empress. All right? Yes. You have a sense of value in your energy. They need that. All right? In their life. In order for that person to build on some sort of solid foundation as well. All right, what is all the control about? Something connected to what you do for work. Someone trying to connect what you do for work. This person sees your courage, all right, knows that you're highly intuitive for whatever reason. You know about some sort of secrets, or something's been illuminated to them and or you about each other. Something about that. All right, tell me more. So what's the conflict and heartbreak and separation and loss all about? Something that was supposed to last long term. This feels like business, I'm going to be honest. 8 of Pentacles to the 10, that's like work. Long term, stability, wealth, abundance, inheritances. All right, it's giving legacy. So again, this would be something that is long term. Heavy long term. Can I get a specific sign, date, or anything that you want me to see to clarify what this energy is? Wow. Listen, 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, and the Lovers. This is the same person that you're supposed to be having an equal give and take with your resources. This is your soulmate and they're your lover. All in one. So it has something to do with not only your career, your love life, and your spiritual connection. All right, we're leaving that with the Pluto and Aquarius retrograde phase. All right, let's get into who was next. Mercury. Mercury retrograding in Leo. Mercury retrograding in Leo. Mercury are bringing people from the past back. All right. Having you review situations with those that may be a little deceptive, to be honest. Mercury is like a trickster planet. All right. Just be sure that you're not being fooled by someone returning in order to do something deceptive and then leave. Okay. In the sign of Leo, it could have a lot to do with like love affairs or fucking with your energy of your happiness or your contentment or your joy or your peace. All right. But it also has a positive side if you're traveling, if you're communicating to someone that you've been wanting to hear from the longest, or someone just, you know, unexpectedly shows up, you know, to have this conversation with you, whatever it may be that you've been waiting on. All right. It seems to be some sort of inner conflict that you're dealing with. All right. Spilling the beans about something here. Needing to spread positivity and connection to how you've dealt with bad influences in your life. Maybe this has something to do with you overall overcoming some sort of difficulty, and where, again, there could be temporary distance from someone that you feel was not the best person to be around at the time. Maybe you've had some sort of decision to make, a difficult decision to make, whether you wanted to hold yourself back from something or someone that you feel has revealed something about you or about them. You've been trying to radiate positive energy this time around, and then you meet this person that had some sort of negative influence in your life or a bad influence in your life. All right. And it kind of feels like, okay, well, am I letting this person back around or not? Let's see what this is. That's crazy because I'm seeing the Magician. This is someone that's not really real with you. All right, they can come through and try to manipulate you with just wanting, let's just say you had a one-night stand with somebody and they kind of want to come back around and say, hey, what's going on, whatever, right? And then you're just like, I know what you want. Go ahead and get what you want, and then you're gone. No, all right, that's like fucking with some sort of inner conflict that you have, all right, that you know that this person coming back around you has ulterior motives or something, all right? So if there's distance in between relationships right now, it's only temporary because it could be a communicated thing. All right. What's the inner conflict overall? It could be someone that you truly desired with the star. All right. Let's look at spill the beans. This could be someone that you felt like you had all this hope and faith in, and it was like your major desire of like, I want to be with this person. All right, this is my wish fulfillment, and it doesn't work out that way. All right, so spill the beans means there was something revealed about this person that was held back from you in the past that you may have found out about. All right, now here you are trying to make progress with the same situation that may not be working out unless you move forward in a very positive direction, knowing that this person has some sort of negative influence on your life in the past that you're going to be withheld from. All right, the hangman means just take a step back, look at the, things in a different perspective. All right, try to do things differently this time. Dare to be different with something, changing something in your energy so that you don't have the same negative outcome again. All right. You might want to stay single during this time with the Nine of Pentacles. Remain free and independent from any type of bad influence in your life. Typically, Mercury retrogrades are not good. All right, let's look at the star energy with inner conflict. The Ace of Pentacles. You might be presented with some sort of opportunity at this time that may be something that overcomes this conflict that you're dealing with within. This might not be the best time to accept any offer either, because you don't know what someone's intentions is, and it may not be lasting long term. It may just be something shiny that someone throws in your face because they know what you've been through in connection to bad influences with someone else in the past. Yeah, no. It would be like you chasing after something you know you're moving way too quickly with. Okay? It would be like slow down, Mercury retrograde. Look into the details of something. Be analytical. Be efficient. All right? Start organizing your thoughts or however you utilize your mind with something before you try to progress with something that you know has been revealed about this person already, or this situation, or this workplace. Take it as it resonates. All right? Yeah, because you know it's not coming through with the same offer. It's a page. There's nothing there for you. It's like you've learned your lesson with that specific situation already. All right. So again, it might come through as like, oh, I'm your soulmate. Every soulmate is not meant to stand long term. Let's be clear. So this is where, okay, if you choose to be positive and you think it's going to work in the right direction, you would be seen as hangman. Let me look at this in a different perspective. Let me take a step back. All right. Let's dare to do something differently here to see if it works out. But the best influence here would be you remaining single. Yeah, because you know this person would end up leaving you out in the cold again. That's basically what this is. Someone leaving you out in the cold again. Very much isolated and having to go through the dark night of the soul once again on how this person already made you feel in the past. All right, let's do Nine of Pentacles with you remaining single during this time in connection to bad influences in your energy. Especially in love. I got the Lover's card here, a Tower. Again, it will be like, go ahead and go fuck with that person if you want to, because you're going to experience the same exact thing. All right, the same exact thing. You might just end up pregnant this time. Maybe it's like stay away from passionate, you know what I mean? New beginnings that may feel a bit false, because you might just end up pregnant or some shit and come out of a situation with a trickster that's not willing to stay with you long term. Okay? Yeah, you're going to regret it. This person is going to end up rejecting you. It's going to be some sort of like missed opportunity with you having to do something better or achieving a goal that may have been a little bit more significant for you. See how she's like, fuck this, and she's like, hell yeah. That's what this looks like. Okay. I'm going to split the deck. Focus more so on your work at this time. All right. So that would be like investing in yourself, focusing and building your skills or whatever you feel is best in whatever you do. All right. Now take that as it resonates, because it will resonate in many different areas, whether that's surrounding by family, people returning, people that you feel, you've experienced something bad with, and you're like, yeah, I don't think I want to communicate with that person anymore. It's not going to work out. Chiron in Aries. This has to do a lot with healing, core wounds. All right. A lot having to do with core wounds with self. All right, let's see. If you persevere, you're going to overcome specific problems. So if things feel challenging right now, it's kind of like stick with the program is how I'm hearing it. Yeah, it could be time to act with something. All right. It's like be more so assertive. You got protection from a powerful friend. So these could be your spirit guides or just, you know, situations that you know what your instinct is telling you to do. All right. Something that you feel like you want to be loyal to, you're going to be protected in that direction. If it doesn't feel right, it's because it's not right. It's going to be messing with you and your healing. So there might be opportunities that are waiting for you at this time. All right. You've got family wishes also coming true. So the healing actually taking place will start focusing on healing situations with family situations. Yeah, heartache over what you no longer have, overcoming that. Kind of like the stab in the heart type of energy. That's what I see. It's like a spear in the heart. Situations where you may have lost out on material gain as well. All right. And it looks like disappointments in friends and or in lovers. All right. There could be a man in connection to whatever this is, a masculine energy in your life that you're trying to overcome. All right. With this Chiron and Aries. This is going to be a very deep wound that you want to persevere. You know that you have to continue to take action with. You have a sense of protection around your energy, especially if you have brand new opportunities that are presenting themselves. If family is involved, if heartbreak is, you know, what you're overcoming here. If it has to be material loss that you're overcoming, that's connected to having a disappointment in a friend or a lover, taking something from you that was valuable. It could be many different things. All right, so it says you feel that something could be lacking in your life. Perhaps it's love, money, and or a specific goal. This is an obstacle that you can triumph over. Okay. Let's see. And then I see compliments from an admirer. So the more positive that you remain in staying assertive, the more energy you're going to attract of positivity, overcoming difficult situations that you may have experienced. Let's get a couple more. I see there will be a lot of changes for the better at the end of this transit. This is going to be more so a short journey, quote unquote. Chiron doesn't go direct in the sign of Aries up until 2026. So we have a good, 6 more months to go before we hit January of 2026. Not sure exactly when Chiron goes direct, but typically it takes a period of time for you to be able to heal through something, especially if it's a core wound, okay? Again, it's like you're dealing with a lot of dissatisfaction in your life. So something has to change in your energy and you have to see progress before you can be on the other side of whatever this is. An involvement in a new home, all right, could change your attitude towards something. All right, especially if it's in connection to a masculine energy in your life. We see how all the masculines got called out in the Saturn retrograde read, right? So it's like the masculines have been more so the one to be in the spotlight recently with being the protector, being the provider, being the one that is very stable or grounded, or however it is that their abundance is coming through. It may be affecting the energy of the feminine. So if we're speaking about relationships here, we could be speaking about those that have positions of places. It's almost like everybody is being brought back down to their level. They can start ascending again with new opportunities, whether they're having to overlook situations that they have failed at and having to repair those situations, or opportunities presenting themselves for better opportunities because they have attained a level of a specific status. Let's be clear. All right, so let's move forward to Ceres, that is going to start retrograding on, where is this taking place? Ceres is going to go retrograde in the sign of Aries on the 11th of August. 11th of August is going to be the same day that Mercury goes direct, and we're also going to see a Saturn sextile Uranus in Gemini energy. So Saturn being in the sign of Aries in retrograde with Uranus being in Gemini direct, it looks like there's going to be some sort of change there that requires a lot of structure. Let's move past this energy here. What deck do I want? I think I'm going to go with just tarot for this one. Let's see what this is all about with Ceres retrograde. Again, Ceres has a lot to do with parenting, nurturing, agriculture. All right, self-care. See what this is all about. Typically, Ceres is exalted, I believe, in the sign of Virgo because it has a lot to do with health. But I see it also being exalted in the sign of Taurus, in which has a lot to do with the foods that we eat or how we care for ourselves or how we nurture and parent and get creative with expressing love as well. Let's see. So August 11th, what day is that? August 11th is the following Monday. So here we are on the 4th. So not this Monday, not today, but next week on Monday. is where Ceres will go direct on a moon's day. So it has a lot to do with the feminine energy, emotionally. All right, something is going to require some sort of assertion here. Very fast moving energy. With children specifically, with the Page of Wands. Maybe it's like back to school time, you know what I mean? Start getting ready to feed your children better foods, or getting them back, you know, ready for back to school type of thing. Yeah, there's going to be an ending of a very difficult cycle here with the Ten of Swords. I feel like the highlight is going to be on situations from the past. All right, so maybe if you dealt with some sort of betrayal in connection to children, okay? I see you being very much assertive in connection to showing passion or some sort of desire for wanting to overcome a very difficult situation involving children. I mean, I don't know how to see it any other way. There's a heavy assertiveness energy overall here. I feel like there's a level of maturity that's needed overall. All right, with children, if you are a masculine energy watching over a child, there could be a very difficult ending that's coming up. Show me this Ten of Swords. Maybe you were disconnected from your soulmate. Yeah, it would be like you being disconnected from your partner. I heard your partner in crime. I don't know what that meant. This is very fast moving energy. Okay, very fast moving energy. So maybe you felt at some point you were being attacked in connection to your children. It could have been in connection to some sort of betrayal, even if this person is seen as your soulmate. But you coming back together with the person from your past is like you connecting with the person that you have passion and desire for. Maybe this is the person that you have children with. Something was overall delayed. I've got a lot of court cards in here. Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, to the King of Wands, to the Queen of Wands, to the Knight of Pentacles. Something was overall delayed. It could have been a lot of people involved. There could have been some sort of attacks. All right, there could have been some sort of require of assertiveness here involving children, involving the past, and some sort of betrayal in connection to a soulmate, and some sort of lover connection here. Listen. It's almost going to be like we have to now collaborate. We have to figure out how we're going to have a win-win, be on the same team with something here. All right. There's going to be a heavy review on the past. What is this? You're going to like that. Nine of Cups here. This is going to help you overcome some sort of hardship that's been very, very difficult. All right. You might want to start saving money now for something that's coming up. All right, because it could be where there's a situation. I feel like get ready for the winter time, that type of energy. All right, like get prepared for what's coming that you don't see coming. All right, some sort of unexpected changes. I don't know if you have desire to get out of a situation where someone may have left you out in the cold, and now you have the resources that are necessary for you to accomplish a specific goal that was planned out in the past. But because of the betrayal and you being left out in the cold, it's like something switches up this time around. You've received some sort of opportunity for work possibly, or you're going to be guided to do so. The Hermit being here with the Ace of Pentacles, heavy Virgo energy. So starting up in Virgo season, which is on August the 22nd, and where the sun will be shining there, it has to start getting ready for like your day-to-day routines, focusing more so on your health, having some sort of, you know, preparation for hard work, whatever it may be. All right, it's like get yourself ready. I see the opposition of Virgo and Pisces here, definitely. If you've been delayed in work or having to see a different perspective about work, this is about you getting prepared for that. I see a lot of pentacles coming out overall. I see the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles. All right, I see the Eight of Pentacles. So this has something to do with you getting prepared for what's coming up in Virgo season. August 11th is maybe like a week before, a week and a half before we hit specifically Virgo season. The 22nd and the 23rd, we will see the conjunction of the sun and the new moon in Virgo. All right, so this is giving me like back to school, focus on children, coming back together. If you've dealt with some sort of betrayal, you could be working it back out with a soulmate connection. You're being guided to do so. All right, it's like you meant to change your perspective about things, major shift. And it will turn out very, very much successful and something that lasts long term. The Chariot with the Ten of Pentacles. I like this. Especially if it has to do with work. Work, family, stability, foundation. I'm feeling like starting overall to build on something long term. All right. This could definitely be others choosing to move away or leave home, leaving lovers in the past, or making the decision to move away and emotionally withdraw from situations and where you feel that you've been betrayed. All right, let's see. There might be a boundary put up in connection to those that are trying to reconcile in love. I don't feel like right now is the time. Right now is the time to really focus on foundation stability, okay? Stay grounded overall. Try to create what you want long term, and love will come after. I feel like the investments have to be first in connection to your home environment, those that you surround yourself with, however new opportunities present themselves in a specific community or whatever it may be that you're committed to, or the person that you're in marriage with. Okay, it could be very significant where you already have planted some sort of investments there. So there could be some sort of achievement or celebration or something that comes up. This is a home card, so a heavy focus on the home environment as well. Heavy on the mother figure and having patience with how things are going to change. Okay. Did I cover everything? I think I